Hi, this is Andy, your home buy guy. I have done a couple of posts about down payment assistance programs, and they seem to be pretty popular, and people have had some responses and questions about that. So, this is going to be part three about down payment assistance programs. So, if you are wondering, is it possible for you to buy a home? And you're struggling to come up with cash needed to close, I want to say that it's possible. There are some certain things that you have to have in mind. Number one, you've got to obviously have an adequate income to pay whatever the mortgage payment will be. Now, frequently, that's not much of an issue for people because oftentimes the rent that you're paying, if you're living in a nice apartment complex, the rent that you're paying is oftentimes either the same as you would be paying in a mortgage payment. It might be slightly less, and sometimes it's actually more than you'd be paying. The other thing, you need to have good credit. Down payment assistance programs generally are going to require like a 640 credit score. That's not great credit, but it's not bad credit. You've got to have fairly good credit. Now, if credit is an issue, I'll do some posts on that. You can always contact me, and I can certainly give you some help about how to get your credit improved. But here's some basic things. In one of the previous posts, I mentioned there's over 2,400 different down payment assistance programs in the United States. Some of those programs are sponsored by companies, by mortgage companies, banks, etc. Some of them are sponsored by nonprofits. Some of them are municipal programs. So in other words, the county or the city offers them. Some of them are statewide. So the first thing you need to do when you start talking to a mortgage loan officer is tell them you're interested. Ask them about their experience in dealing with down payment assistance programs and see if they're willing to help you. If they're not, don't make that a pressure issue. Just go to a different mortgage loan officer, because the last thing you want to do is be working with someone who's not really interested in helping you, because there's plenty of loan officers out there who would be interested in helping you. So you go out and you find somebody who's willing to work with you. Now it's time to educate yourself. Your loan officer will help you to learn about down payment assistance programs, but you've got to work with your loan officer. You've got to take responsibility. You've got to educate yourself about them. Every state has down payment assistance programs. In many states, such as in Florida, every county in the state of Florida has down payment assistance programs, and every one of them are different. There's similarities, but there are differences. And so one of the things you want to do is learn about what is available in your state, in your county, in your community. So you got to do a little bit of homework there. And you've got to look at the pros and the cons of the down payment assistance programs. Now, there are some common cons about down payment assistance programs. One of those things is that oftentimes there is a first-time home buyer restriction, meaning that you can only use a down payment assistance program if you're a first-time home buyer. Another one is oftentimes an income. So in other words, if you're earning over a certain amount of income, there's an income limit. If you're earning above that limit, you don't qualify for down payment assistance. Another downside to down payment assistance programs is limits in areas. In other words, you might go out and say, well, I want to get this down payment assistance program. I want to get a home ready or a home possible loan, but you cannot use that program in that community. So they're limited where you can use it. It's one of the problems with county-wide programs. You might find the home of your dreams, and it's over the county line in the next county, and you can't use the program to buy that home. So the other thing is you want to watch for time limitations and repayment limitations. Some down payment assistance programs, you're paying a second mortgage payment while you're living in the home. Sometimes those second mortgages are called silent seconds. That means there's no payment, there's no interest, but when you sell the home or refinance the home, you have to pay it back. There are some down payment assistance programs that are actually grants, but in order to get that grant, you have to live in the home for 5, 6, 7 years. And so you've got to know what those requirements are to get that grant given to you as a grant rather than as a loan. So there's many possibilities, pros and cons for each one of them. And so you want to find a home mortgage loan officer who's willing to work with you, and then you want to educate yourself as to what is actually available to me at my income level, at my credit level, where I want to live. Those are all questions that you've got to hold up against the down payment assistance program to see if it's appropriate for you. Now, if you would like to know more about this, please follow, because I'll continue to make other posts about it, and then obviously contact me. I'd be glad to help you in any way that I can. Have a great day.